Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Outdoor Channel. We're back in the truck today and we're looking at some upgrades for the new 15.6-inch screen that we did just a little while ago. The two upgrades we're doing today is a new screen protector. This is a little bit different than the one we added in an earlier video. This one is from a company called Radio Edit Automotive. They're a local dealer here in the US as a new larger screens for the Silverados are getting popular. We're starting to get some dealers here in the U.S., which is really nice. I'm able to talk to somebody, actually get some answers on certain things. So they sent a screen protector for us to try, and they sent an additional adapter for us to be able to wire in the GPS to the shark fin here at the top of the truck and get a better GPS signal. So all that's coming up next, and stay tuned.
Welcome to the outdoors. Welcome to the outdoors.
So here is that 15.6-inch screen. If you haven't been following along on the channel, I do have a how-to video in removing the old stock, in my case, 8-inch screen, but it works for the 7-inch screen as well if that's what you have in a non-refresh model. Moving everything over like the switch array, the switches and the USB ports, things like that, and basically installing to what you see here. To give a quick demonstration, you do retain your factory controls there, and it works as you would expect. You have very useful things like maps. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it is wireless in this case if you didn't have that before. You can do things like watch YouTube, watch some Tommy's Great Outdoors. Not recommending that you watch this while you're driving, but you do have it here. Also, if you've been following along, you know we added a anti-glare screen protector to this. This particular one's from AU Car, and it may look good right now because I'm in the garage, but the reality is it's just been okay. I'll show you some footage I took before. We're hoping to fix that today by adding a different screen protector, again from Radio Edit Automotive, and see if it's any better. We'll do a comparison. Additionally, if we go over to settings, you will see that my GPS signal is rather weak. Now, again, I'm in the garage. This would be a little bit better, but we'll do a comparison of what it looks like using the built-in GPS signal that I have up under the dash here. And it's not in the best spot, but it's out here in the open, versus the GPS antenna that's here in the shark fin, which is a better GPS antenna from what I understand, and simply being at the top of the vehicle will pick up more satellites. Here is what you get when you order from them. No fancy packaging or anything like that, but you do get some nice stickers here. Now, talking with the owner, he says he is making these things here in the U.S. Not sure, maybe he's having somebody make it for him, but that's okay. We're not getting them from China. There's the new anti-glare screen protector, and again, we'll compare this to the one that's currently in the truck and see if it's any better. And it looks like we have a cleaning kit to clean the screen that comes along with it. Here is a closer look at what comes with the cleaning kit. It's pretty much what you would expect. A couple of cleaners here for something like you would use for your phone or maybe a pair of eyeglasses. A little adhesive strip, I think this is, for centering the protector on your screen. Something to work the bubbles out. Nice little microfiber cloth. And unlike the AU screen protector, you get some instructions. All right, I'm not going to bother with trying to keep this. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the old one. And we'll start preparing and cleaning for the new one. You may have heard the HVAC controls kick on as I was taking off the old protector. You're going to want to make sure that all of that is off. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn the whole truck off here, just so it doesn't get weird as I'm cleaning it. The reason why you want the HVAC controls off is you may pick up a little bit of dust or some other junk on here that blows out of the vents after you clean this, and then you got these air bubbles that you just can't get rid of. And you really have like one shot at like doing this. All right, so I've got a little more work to get maybe a few more of these air bubbles out, but they're working their way out. The best advice I can give you is take your time. I said a little while ago, you've got one chance to do it. You've got two. I've had to pull most of this off and recenter it and correct it a little bit more. But let's go ahead and, at least for now, pull this off. Just looking at it here, it is certainly a more of a matte finish here. Fire the truck up and see what it looks like here. Screen still seems relatively responsive. I think it's still trying to connect to the internet here. At least from these angles, it seems to be pretty good. I don't have a lot of sun glare. The internet's finally connected, but let's go ahead and put it in reverse. This was kind of the key thing for me, that I don't have a ton of glare when I'm in reverse. At least from this spot in the driveway, seems to be a little bit better than the previous AU car version of the screen protector. I'm going to go ahead and move the truck into some more direct sunlight, and we'll do that comparison as well. Just like before, I have this in some relatively direct sunlight, and I even have the sunroof open just to make sure I'm getting the most amount of sunlight in here, and I can see that pretty well. Again, putting it in reverse, I can see that backup screen pretty well. This looks like it's a winner. All right, we got the truck back here in the garage, and between the two screen protectors, I think the Radio Edit Automotive one is a clear winner. It doesn't quite filter out all the sunlight, but man, it does a lot better job than the AU car version of the screen protector. So that would be my recommendation to you. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the upgrade to the GPS. Here is a closer look at the GPS wire adapter. Now, instead of splicing in, basically this is a three-way adapter that'll allow you to use your existing GPS antenna, even continue to use your factory nav if you have it, as well as update or basically send a signal from that antenna to your new head unit. We are going to have to take part of that head unit out to get to the back again, as well as one of the panels to get behind the unit to where this plug is at, and we'll show you how to do that next. To kick this one off, you'll have to go to your driver's side footwell. Get yourself a good flashlight. Come on up underneath, and you'll see some HVAC vents here. And let me position the camera a little better here. Behind this right here, you'll see a brown connector with a little red locking tab. We got to pull that one out. To demonstrate that, like I said, there's a red locking tab, and it's a little hard to get under here with the camera. But take this red locking tab and pull it towards the wire. Now again, this is going to be upside down like this, so pull it towards you or towards the wire. Once you've pulled that down and freed it, there's a little brown piece, part of the connector that's under the red locking tab. push that down just like this. Push it down good, and you can pull this out and it'll free it from its connector. Back over to the wire harness, there are 3 leads and it's pretty straightforward. And again, it's just a splitter. So we pull the brown connector out. This goes into that brown connector. The short lead goes into where you pulled the brown connector from. And then the remaining long lead goes to the back of the 15.6-inch head unit. And now it's just a matter of fishing up that wire up to the back of your head unit. Not going to go over a ton of detail how to disassemble this. If you've already installed this, you already know. Now you don't need to completely take this off, but you are going to have to go back here and find that blue connector and pull that out and plug the other one in its place. I like to use some old leftover household wire. I'm not sure if this is 12 or 14 gauge, but you can use that to fish your wire through and make it a lot easier on yourself. All right, before I go ahead and put the finishing touches of putting this all back together, putting all the screws and everything in, we're going to go ahead and test this out real quick. And you can see even here in the garage, which is where I started and did the last test, a significant difference in the amount of available satellites and signal strength. So you might be wondering why, maybe you're not, but you might be wondering why I'm doing this experiment in the garage. And that is because I have found when I do lose signal, and it does happen sometimes, and usually not when it's convenient, it's less than ideal conditions. The sun's not shining. I don't have a lot of satellite coverage. Maybe I've dipped down into a valley or something, or it's super cloudy out, what have you. And I will lose signal. So I'm just trying to recreate some less than ideal conditions by doing this in the garage, and again, doing the comparison before and after to show that. But I will pull the truck out into the driveway here, and you can see what that looks like afterwards. Just head away from the house a little bit, and you can see those signals improve. All right, those are the upgrades for today. I do want to thank Radio Edit Automotive for sending these out. I want to be transparent on that. I didn't pay for these. They were kind enough to send these out to me for me to review. It is very nice to be able to deal with a local small business like this. So with that in mind, I would encourage you to reach out to them. I will leave the link below in the description. You guys can check it out whenever it's convenient. And we'll see you next time.